Oh boy. Hi. It's me. This is chapter 4. Prayer for the poor. He put a comma in there. I had to do that. If you can't tell by the tone of my voice, I'm grinning like an idiot, and there's a reason for that. Oh, we'll get to that. Oh, we will. So, for those of you who thought, by the next chapter, he and the girlfriend will be back together, you win, because they are. Literally, the first paragraph has this wonderful sentence. Ashley and I have made out a number of times. If anything, what I did to John brought us closer in the long run. Yeah. Yeah, of course it did. But it also has another wonderful gem hidden here. Another wonderful fun thing that I've been looking forward to sharing with you. Because we get to have a small lecture from Onion Boy. A lecture on nature. A lecture on attraction. A lecture on nice guys. Oh yeah. Second paragraph. A lot of people wonder why girls like jerks. Why are a lot of women into guys with attitude problems over the friend zone nice boys? Really? Do tell, Greg. I want to know. Enlighten me. If you appreciate reality over fantasy, it only takes one look at the animal kingdom to figure out why girls often choose to be with guys who are insensitive and domineering. Oh. Does it? Yeah, it's literally a whole lecture on the idea of the alpha male. He owns a fedora. I haven't seen Onision wear a fedora, but I think he owns one. Somewhere, somehow, I feel it. I can sense it within you. Oh, yes, he spends the entire chapter. Not the entire chapter, that's not true. There are certain other things we have to talk about in this chapter, but the majority of this very short chapter talking about how women are only attracted to jerks and guys with attitude problems because they're alpha males. And he's an alpha male because he's angry and tough. I'm serious. Oh. It's too good. It's too good. This must be fattening. I cannot fucking believe you actually said that. Oh, it's as if you wrote this book knowing that I would eventually show up. Prophesized in the future knowing that I would be here to tell you how fucking stupid that is. Because it is. It absolutely is. That isn't how humans work at all. And also the old alpha male thing, pretty sure that's been disproven several times. Pretty sure you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And even if it isn't disproven, you still don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Greg. Oh, this is too good. But it gets better. Oh, it gets better. Because going further down, we have to hear about how his dad's not in the house a lot because his dad spends all his time with his new girlfriend. First off, good for wholesome dad. I'm glad he has a good life away from this little shit stain. Secondly, that means that he spends a lot of time on the non-blocked sites on their internet. He's just looking at porn. That's basically what you're saying. You just spend all afternoon shedding the big goth trench coat and just... Thanks, Greg. That's really the image I wanted in my head. Fucking thank you for that. You little bastard. Anyway. Then he talks about how pointless and stupid someone has to be for praying, and how prayer is dumb, and how believing in anything is dumb, and how all this stuff is just stupid, and if you believe in God, then you're stupid. Look, as an atheist, I'm offended. Like, not even just because he's saying this, just the way he talks about people who believe. Like, I'm offended. I don't even believe, and I'm just like, fuck you. You don't get to say that, you asshole. Also, I'm fairly certain that if you are a person of faith, if you are a person who believes in whatever you believe in, and if for some reason, when I said that he says all these people are dumb, let me give you something to make you feel a little bit better. I'm going to remind you, Onision said that. And he's an idiot. So, grain of salt, you know. Oh, God almighty, this has just been so fucking stupid. This whole thing, it's literally just a whole fucking jerk-off session about how he's an alpha male who doesn't believe in, you know, spiritual things like his beta male father and shit like that. And he can get on the internet and do whatever he wants because his dad's not home. Sentences like this. Thoughts like this. It's just so fucking unbelievable. And this would be the kind of thing that you would write, like, if you were trying to make an insufferable teenage character. Like, if you thought they were fucking terrible and you're trying to make a terrible character. Someone who would be bad and fun to hate. Someone who is not your main character, because you don't want the main character in your book to suck unless you're trying to prove a point. I've mentioned this book before, but we'll go back to it. When Ellis wrote American Psycho, we are not supposed to like Patrick Bateman. He is a piece of shit. He really is. I read that book, and you're supposed to hate him. Mainly because he's a serial killer. He sucks. He's a narcissistic, preening jackass who also kills people. So you're not supposed to like him. He sucks, and that's the point. It was written that way on purpose. Ellis intended it to be like that. I don't think Onision intended you to hate the main character in this. I'm fairly certain he thinks this guy is the coolest, right? He's over here dropping fucking truth bombs and breaking the arms of the jocks and showing off how much of an alpha male he is. I'm fairly certain he really fucking believes this. And given his track record of things that he's said online and how he acts, I'm pretty positive he really believes this. Which is just the fucking worst. Like, this kid sucks. He sucks. If I didn't have to make podcasts like this, I mean, let's face it, it's funny, which is the reason why I'm doing this. Ripping into this shit is funny, and you guys like it. But if I didn't have this show, for example, if I didn't do this for a living, if I wasn't this guy, I wouldn't finish this book. I really wouldn't. And it's not because it's impossible to read, or not because it's shockingly boring like Empress Teresa was. It's because this kid sucks. I don't care what happens to him. I don't care if he and his new fuck toy girlfriend get along. I don't care if he beats up the jocks and wears a trench coat. He is that one kid, if you've ever, some of you may not know this because you may not have hung out in punk and goth groups, but he's that one kid in the goth group that nobody else likes. He's that one who's just a dick. He's not so much a goth, he's not so much in the crowd, he's just a dick, and he dresses like your friends. And he seems to think that everybody likes him, and that his narcissistic ego and his preening nonsense makes him like the king of the goths. But it's not just a goth thing. It's literally every subset, every little clique had one of those people. You know the one. Male or female, there's always one that's just like, ugh, it's them. He's that guy. He is literally the goth kid in school that the other goth kids hate. He's the one that whenever he shows up, they have to pretend to like him because they can't find a good way to get rid of him. He's that one that whenever he comes into school, the other black clothing dressed mystical dark sisters in the corner go, oh god, Greg's here. Yeah, he's that guy. So, that's the book we're reading. We're reading a book about that guy. I'm glad you guys aren't actually having to read it. Because believe me, this kid is fucking insufferable. And if you want to read along at home, don't. Because no one should ever have to fucking read this book. But with that being said, thank you all for being here. And I hope you're enjoying this podcast thing that I did like, the others, where I just tear this fucking book apart. If you are, do the YouTube thing with the likes and the comments and the subscribing. Because that does stuff. I don't know what. I don't understand YouTube. I just work here. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye!